basically this is just my, I'm going to say 34, 35 week update, because I'm like a few days away from being 35 weeks, which is the last week of the 8th month, so it's pretty hardcore. I'm almost 9 months pregnant. I look like crap, thank you, so just go ahead and don't worry about sending me mean messages or anything really cool like that about how shitty I look. I'm pregnant. It's fucking cold. It was like 40 or 50 something degrees this morning, and we still have our air on in my house, so that made it worse. So I'm wearing like Santa Claus socks and a jacket that I'm not sure who belongs to, and yada yada. So I'm not about to put on makeup for this. So basically, I think I've had technically 2 baby doctor appointments and 1 appointment for my gestational diabetes with a different doctor. So I had originally, I know that I kept everyone up to date on the whole deal with the gestational diabetes, how they were going to treat me as if I had it because I couldn't get through the test. Well, I went back to the doctor like a week before I had to go see the endocrinologist, and we did an ultrasound because I'm obviously, I've mentioned this before as well, I'm measuring bigger than my due date. So she just kind of wanted to check him out and see where he was at as far as weight and everything goes. He's still measuring at about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds heavier than my due date would suggest. That probably has a lot to do with the diabetes as well, but you know, we're still not 100% if I actually have that. You know, we got tons of pictures. His face shape, you can actually tell he has the same face shape as me. He seems to be really chunky. We could kind of notice chubby cheeks and stuff just with the regular 2D ultrasound, so it was pretty cool how much we could actually see. And then I went back about a week later to see the endocrinologist, and I was actually kind of uncomfortable. Well, not really uncomfortable. It's just I feel so much more comfortable with the nurses and the midwives and the actual doctors at the hospital that I'm going to be delivering at. And all those women make me feel really, really relaxed and comfortable, and I don't feel awkward around them. But the endocrinologist, for some reason, her nurses, just pretty much everyone in the entire building made me feel kind of awkward. I don't know. I don't know. But I was actually surprised. I assumed that where we were a little bit iffy on whether or not I actually had gestational diabetes, I thought that they would at least test my blood and, you know, kind of try to get an idea of where I'm at. But they literally brought me into a room, set me down, told me my diet plan, and gave me this. And this is just, you know, my little sugar checking kit thing. You know, it sucks having to check your glucose levels 4 times a day. Also, I have to write down my results throughout the entire day on these papers, and this is my new week, so it's not got a lot on it. And I also have to test my urine every morning for ketones, whatever the hell that is. They still haven't explained all that to me, but I don't know, it just kind of sucks. I'm allowed to have 2 highs a week, and I literally never have highs, so we don't think that I really have it. But my crazy lady that I have to go to hasn't even really commented on my first week's results, so maybe she just doesn't care. Maybe she doesn't even know who the hell I am. Maybe she forgot that she even has patients. I'm not really sure, but I'm just really bothered by that whole situation. And then about a week, maybe a week and a half after that, I went back to see my midwife, just regular checkup, and she kind of went over everything with me. There wasn't really a lot to discuss. I'm to the point now where I'm about to start my weekly appointments instead of going every 2 weeks. So, what day is it? I go back not this week, but next week, I think. Yeah, next week on the 3rd. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the 3rd or the 4th. So, I'll go back then, and then we'll just kind of go over everything, just everything that I'm going through, and then after that I'll be going every week. So I've already got all of my appointments up to my due date scheduled. We're not expecting me to go as far as my due date. Honestly, they're kind of just up in the air about it, but a lot of people have said within like the next 2 weeks he'll probably be here, which is kind of scary and exciting at the same time, because I'm totally ready for him to be out of me, because I'm so miserable. This pregnancy is doing weird things to me. I can't even lay on my stomach, and oh my god, I have such bad heartburn. Perfect example of how awful this has been. Right now, sometimes he'll get into a certain position where if I laugh or I just take a deep breath or anything like that, it's painful. It's like daggers in my stomach. It's really bad. I don't have any particular cravings or anything. It's just regular food, and where I'm on this diet now, it makes it a whole lot harder for me to actually eat what I want. So I'm pretty much never satisfied with food, and I have to do such small portions at a time that I don't really enjoy eating like I used to, which is fine, you know. Anything to avoid making him unhealthy, I'm all for it. But I have almost completely cut out caffeine, which has been really hard because it's just made the headaches a whole lot worse. Because I am so used to so much caffeine a day. But, you know, it's not a big deal. It's something that I needed to do long before I even got pregnant, so I'm not really concerned with it. I just don't have as much energy as I seem to used to have. The things that I eat now are low in carbs, you know, low in caffeine, stuff like that. Just things that are actually really healthy, and it's not like it was things that I wasn't eating before, because I was eating those things before. But before, I was also cramming a chocolate bar down my mouth at least once a day, or drinking a Pepsi pretty much at all times. It was really bad. So I'm used to kind of getting that sugar high, kind of that buzz off of all the caffeine and sugar and everything, and now I don't really get that anymore, so I'm really just a whole lot more tired than I used to be. But you know, it's not a big deal. I don't have that much longer to go. You know, I don't really have a whole lot going on with this pregnancy anymore. It's just kind of winding down, which I'm okay with. The nursery is still not done. We haven't even painted the damn thing. I finished removing all the wallpaper. I know I did I think I did. Yeah, I did a video of just kind of the progress. After I removed all the wallpaper, we started going through all of the mail and things that I had stacked in the floor, and we've got the majority of it out, but there's still a lot to go through that actually belongs to my mother, and she obviously does not have time to go through all that, so I'm honestly probably just going to move it all out and put it somewhere else for her to deal with it. But we haven't bought the paint yet, but we've got a pretty good idea of what we want to do from here on out. And then as soon as we get it painted, we have to go furniture shopping, which I dread because it's going to take forever. My stepdad is picky as hell. He's going to want, you know, like the best and nicest and most expensive and blah blah blah, because he lives by the whole you get what you pay for thing. But, you know, overall that's pretty much all there is to really update on.